Okay, here we are once again. Good to have you all, and greetings, love, wishing you good health, and hoping that you had a great day. Because a lot of things that you will need to do as a coach, as a person that impacts the world, is really more embedded in how your life is. And I think we've talked about it time and again that on this journey, we do both personal growth, that is individual growth, and then we do the skilling up. Okay. So when we get to the skills are for really for helping people, impacting the world. How do we approach that? Giving more light, and and explaining, and clarity, and knowing the foundational principles, and knowing the soft skills, the hard skills. Now that's the gist, the skilling up of the mentorship. And then on the other hand, we have the personal development or the personal growth. And it's indeed a very beautiful journey if you can be able to join these two. Now, if you're already here, thank you so much, Esther, and thank you so much, my dear. That is Shaba. Thank you. Naira, Namudu, you're already here, and I'm happy to be here. Yes, happy to have you too. And if you're here, please make sure that you share this live with the people back in the group, in the WhatsApp group, so that they can be able to follow. Mirembe, good to have you. Okay. And I was just talking about the beauty, about personal growth, and then the scaling up of the mentorship and the coaching, the mentoring, the consulting, being an author, being a leader. I know that so many of us are going to do so many things that are just outside the coaching arena. I mean, many of you are going to be leaders in different companies or different places, different arenas. Many of you are going to be entrepreneurs, super next level entrepreneurs, or you already are entrepreneurs, okay? Because all these things contribute to one thing, making sure that you are on your A game, making sure that you deliver, making sure that you are result oriented, making sure that you are making money while you are having fun, impacting the world and loving what you do, waking up every day with enthusiasm. And I think I will talk about that a little more. It's not every day that you will actually wake up enthusiastic. It's not every day that you're going to wake up happy, or you're going to wake up feeling accomplished and feeling yes, you can conquer the world and you can do it all and everything is good. Not every day are you going to feel like that, okay? So I don't want you to feel like, oh, am I misplaced? There are so many personal things that we go through that will actually bring a lot of doubts, that will bring a lot of questions, that will bring as to whether we are the right people to help others, as to whether, you see those self-sabotaging small voices that come in our minds. It's like, but of all people, then you're the one that has come out to help them. At least so and so, because she went to school up to this level. At least so and so, she did this and this. So your mind will be pointing to other people who seem like they've achieved more, who seem like they are wealthy, who seem like they have arrived, who seem like they have it together. But let me tell you, no one in this world has it together, okay? So if you don't have it together, that is okay. You're part of our tribe, okay? You're part of my tribe. I am not together at all. Enid, good to have you here. And this is going to be an amazing journey. This is going to be an amazing journey, just like I started saying that it's going to be both for personal growth, okay, and then for the skills to be able to be a world changer, to impact the world and to change the world one person at a time. We do not seek to change everything and everyone. Thank you, Ashaba. We do not seek to do that. We cannot want to change the world all of a sudden garden in one go, but one person at a time. If you can meet one person, if you can go to a speaking engagement, if they can read your book, if they can consult with you, if you can mentor them, if you can coach them, if you can counsel them, if you can just be a good leader, okay? If you can just be an entrepreneur that is on your A game, that delivers results, that people know where to go and when to go and what to expect. Let me tell you, people are going to be overwhelmed. I know I was saying on the group that, you know what, the world is so ready. The world is so ready, but they have no idea what's coming for them. And I've seen this when I see you guys pushing your content online. I have not I have not monitored you, Mirembe, and then I want you, Naira, to also tag me in your posts. Everyone that is here, please, whenever you post something, make sure that you tag Bahati, Hilda, Sabiti. Whenever you post anything, I want to be able to cheer you on. I want to be able, because the moment you do that, when I share when I share your post, when I come and like your post, that means that you are actually tapping into a more crowd, that you don't have to talk about coaching and it seems a new concept, because the people that already follow me know what coaching is, they know what mentorship is, they know what counseling is. So they come to me knowing that they know what they have come for. So therefore, if you're posting anything, make sure that you actually tag me. And I say that if we are posting anything, then we make sure that we post something that is within our niche, okay? Something that is within what our hearts long to do, something that is within our passion, our purpose, something that we feel, well, I mean, we can forego food and just have. Someone said, I think it was Margaret, who said that, I mean, for me, from the word go, today I was going through the whole platform from the beginning. And there's a place where Margaret said that for me, I feel like I breathe relationships. I breathe marriages. I want to help marriages. Now, the moment you have that urge, you're not going to sleep until you say something. Until the next day you say something. You will not keep quiet. You will not say, I've given them too much content. You will not say, now, how do I gain from this? You will not say that. The gain is going to come, but the work is going to be so memorable for you as you create your brand, as you build credibility for it, as people come to follow you, as you still get on your A game and still learn for coaching or for being a good leader, being a good consultant, an excellent mentor, an excellent coach. You do not stop learning. You learn, and then you coach and coach and coach, because the only way to be well conversant with what you're doing is you keep practicing it and you keep doing it. So we are going to do it and we are going to take the world by the storm, okay? So happy to be here. You're looking good, amazing. Thank you so much, Ashaba. Hi all, Ruth, good to have you. And then Sharon, well, hello, lovely coach. Yes, glad to be here. And Henry, you're saying hello, coaches. And my fellow hello, coach. For me, the poster of yesterday just spoke to me deeply. I went deep into reading up those things and I felt perfectly diagnosed. Wow, that's amazing. I hope that for every post that goes up, you take time and read and understand. It could be one sentence or two sentences. It could be a long paragraph. It could be a blog post for all I care. But the reason as to why I put it up there is because it touches, it changes. It's information. Information is like bricks, okay? So if you go information upon information, information upon information, before you know it, you are neck in information, and so your delivery is going to be so super. Henry, I watched your video today, the video that you sent me. I know you told me that you could not make 10 minutes, that the words just got lost, but you did an amazing job. As in, you had the words, you were speaking the buzzwords, you were very articulate, you were very confident, and I know that you're going to do an amazing job, okay? So after you get completely healed, then we should be able to book you on TV so you can have that interview. And Nani, who Desire nailed it today. It was a very, very beautiful interview. Yesterday we had Patricia on Spirit FM. It was amazing. And we had Philson on Tuesday on Bob FM. It was amazing. You people just keep blowing my minds, okay? And for the people that are not yet have not yet gotten to the interviews, your turn is coming. I want us to first build the principles. Find what your niche is. Find, and I hope that you're going through all the videos. Find what your niche is. I mean, go through the foundational principles, learn how to do this, go into content creation, go into branding and building a personal brand, a strong personal brand, and go into public speaking. And after public speaking, then we go into the media presence. Okay, so the media presence is when we do the TV interviews and the radio interviews. Now, we do not just promise those things. I remember someone was telling me, maybe you're just putting these things to entice people, but they are not going to happen. The truth is, I am giving you my life, okay? And today I was reading a certain statement that really touched me about mentorship. There is another group of people that I mentor. And so one of them was like, one thing that I have seen, it doesn't matter whether you get degrees and doctorate, especially in the coaching field, for as long as you are taught by the best in the industry, then you are getting a straight shortcut into the possibilities of the industry. Because then I cannot take you through what I did in my bachelor's. Like, seriously, I have never applied anything to the counseling or to the coaching profession. I have never, to media, being a media personality, I have never applied anything. So even when I talk about my master's, I have never applied anything. Even when I talk about master's, yes, I would say, because I really majored in human relationships, and doctorate really applies because then you're doing the real thing that you really love to do, positive applied psychology and human relationships. But when you talk about the 3 years of university, I think those were wasted years. Okay, so the reason as to why I named this accelerated is because we are putting these things together, and I'm giving you what I went through, the mistakes I did and the mistakes that I don't want you to do, how to fast track your brand, how to fast track you being a media personality and a media presence. And I was so thankful when Roihana Christine was like, you know what, I need a demo. At first, I didn't know why she needed a demo, but I was like, no, my producer can make you a demo. And indeed, that she was able to do a demo. So in case she wants to go and apply for a radio job or apply for something, she can be able to actually do it. Oh, Desire, good to have you. I was talking about you, just how you nailed it, how you reasoned, and while Desire, you were speaking on TV. I came home early, so I was able to watch you on TV. And so the way you brought your points, the confidence and the storytelling, oh my God, that was mind blowing. Then I could see the uncertainty, the change. I could really see what you were talking about in your own life and how you were so informed about the companies, the parastatals, about, about all the changes that are taking place and how people can actually adapt to those changes. It was amazing. So thank you. This, not even the sky can limit you. You have so much going in your life. Okay. So Sarah Annette, good to have you. Marjorie Nantambi, good to have you. Class president, I hope that for those group A, I hope that you're really registering for the activation. It's going to be massive. The graduation is going to be really good. Fiona Filson here too, and John Desire, thank you so much for joining in. So we are on this journey, and it's turned out to be an amazing journey. And I should start hosting some of you and your experiences and what you have gone through. I know for sure that Philson, you would have so much to talk about. And some of you, especially in the group A, I will even request you to talk about, amongst all the topics, that now this is your final assignment for group A, final assignment. I want you to choose from all the topics from the timetable or the schedule that I released in the beginning, and all the titles that I put down. I want you to look for one thing that you can be able to make thorough research on and make a 30 minutes video on it. And you speak like you are speaking to someone who is beginning a counseling career or a coaching career. Final assignment for group A. Group B, I'm coming to you. But for group A, I want you to be able to get one topic. We talked about public speaking, book writing, we talked talked about media presence. We talked about building a brand. We talked about finding a niche. We talked about your purpose, finding your purpose. We talked about, as in all those things that we talked about, I want you to be able to choose one, every one of us choose one topic and then do a 30 minutes video on that topic. And I want a clear video, I want clear audio, and I want you to be able to bring the best. Now, when we talk about, just a hint, I talked about not having, you can go back and revisit the notes about public speaking and video content and being on camera. Go back and revisit that content, because again, you have to be able to, don't give me long openings, okay? Make sure that you state your name, make sure you state who you are and what you do, and then give me the data. I want to be able to look at that, and then we move on, okay? And today, I just wanted to us to talk about something very, 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 very simple, but I know it will be very, very impactful in our lives. Part of the mistakes that one of the mistakes that I remember I did before I actually started the counseling and the coaching, I remember was the skipping of the market research, okay, which I don't want you to speak, because both of us, the group A and group B, will need this information. Now, how you do the survey, I know that we've talked about this, but we cannot talk about it enough, is we find out what, even when you know what you want to talk about. For example, if you're dealing in relationships, you know what you want to talk about. If you're dealing in ECD, you know what you want to talk about. If you're dealing in personal growth and personal development, or mindset shift, or mindset coaching, confidence coaching, whatever it is that you're niching down on, I want you to be able to do your market research and find out, because we do not, and I stress this and I say this so many times, you'll even find it in the videos, I say that we do not give people what we want to give them. We do not impose ourselves on them. We do not tell them what we have crammed and what we have mastered, and what we do not come to a counseling session or to a coaching session with pre-arranged answers, and we just want to come and deliver those answers. That is not what we do, okay? So in this arena, when you're starting out, it's better to actually do market research. And some of the questions that you can be able to ask your followers is, what can I be able, as in what kind of help do you need? You state what you do. Okay. For example, what kind of help would you need, for example, in starting a business? What kind of help would you need in building a healthy relationship? What kind of help? Now, the answers that people are going to give you, they are going to be the real life issues that people are going through. That, you know what? Talk about a narcissist. Talk about, you've seen them on my posts so many times. Talk about financial management to amongst marrieds. Talk about what is it, about violence. Talk about cheating, infidelity. Talk about how to reconcile, how to get out of silent treatment. People have real issues, real issues. Now, I don't want us to go, because we have internet and we can go on YouTube, we can go on Facebook, and then we see what others are doing, and we get that and bring it into this arena, copy and paste, or do exactly what they are doing without studying what our market really wants. Okay, so don't post what feels good to you. Post a solution to your people. Post a solution to your people, that even when you are trying to promote something, and I think you have seen me do this so many times on my posts, even when you're trying to promote something, give them something, let there be something in them, I mean for them in that post, even before you do you do your, for example, you're saying there's an event or there's a book, you can buy this book, or as in give them something. It could be something within the book, it could be something related to the event that you're going to do, it could be something about the video. For example, when you say the new video alert, when you bring the new video alert with a quote or something or two sentences that is giving back to people, that is speaking into their life, you know they can easily click on that video. Why? Because there is something for them on that video. So do your market research. Who is your target audience? What do your target audiences want? Okay. And even when it comes to frequency of posting, you see, when you're posting for teenagers have a lot of time. Unfortunately, our teenagers in Uganda, most of them have not come from maybe not so good backgrounds, and so they don't have phones. But again, when you talk about the elites and the uptown, when you talk about teenagers from the age of 15 to 20, you will realize that they have all the day on phone. So some parents in Kololo, Muyenga, where, all those, they have routers in their homes. So that means they are on their internet, they're on YouTube 24/7. That means if you're talking to a teenager, your frequency of posting is not going to be like another person who is talking, say, for example, to married people, working class or corporate class. Because what time do people have to watch movies? Some of them will tell you, I only have time to watch on Sunday, and I only watch people that I subscribe to, that I top, my three top people, So are you amongst the top people? That is why I told you that make yourself a one market person. That if someone looks for anything, if someone is looking for anything to deal with bouncing back, let them look for you, Marjorie. If someone is looking for finding myself, let them look for Philson. If someone is looking, as in make yourself, if someone is looking for a marriage coach, let them look for you, Margaret. Why? Because you have made yourself a one market person, that you have isolated yourself, you are unique in your capabilities, and you know exactly what your people want, their problems, and so you are geared to solving their problems. And I usually tell people, I wake up every single day wanting to solve someone's problem. Every single day. The first thing that I'm on my heart is, I don't know what I'm going to meet out there, because most of the clients will never tell you what they're going to talk about upfront. Definitely you just hear them in the counseling room, or you hear them on the coaching session, or but I am determined that I have to find a solution for someone, and we have to work out towards that solution with that person. So I have to facilitate them, and I have to be their guide, and they have to make the decisions about their lives. Okay. So make sure that you do your market research really, really well. That is why I told you to write down, and this was an assignment for all of us, to write down 50 topics underneath your niche, what you have chosen and your niche. If you choose to say that I'm going to speak to teenagers, then you write down what affects teenagers, or like 50 topics of them. Then you will realize that the world is actually a huge world. People are many, and they have so many problems, and you alone cannot handle them. But again, you have what it takes to change the people that are within your vicinity, or that are within the hearing of your voice, or that can watch your videos, or that can follow you on social media. So you use those platforms very effectively, okay? And make sure that you push and push and push. So I don't want you to have the massive disconnect. I have seen this among so many people, but when you read something at it and it touches you, and then you make a post about it, but you don't know whether that is something that is a problem amongst your followers. So there's a huge disconnect. You keep pumping information to the people. An aha moment, you'll be like, you know what, I mean, I know what my people want. For example, my people know, if I don't post, or if I'm not the one posting on my page, people will know that I'm not the one posting. And for some of you, if you go through my wall, because I have a media manager, most of the posts where I am the one posting, those posts are totally different, and the engagement is totally different. And the posts that my PA actually posts, you will see that, like, ziriawo, not to say that my PA is not doing a good job, but even when I sit them down and tell them that the market research, what people would love to hear, that is not their niche. So actually right now I'm on a hunt for a PA or a media manager who can just get into my mind, who can blow my mind. But when I read a post that they have put, and I'm like, okay, wow, this is so my people, and this is so much helpful to my people. So I give her topics, I give her things to write about, but she will not write like I write. Okay, so you alone know, and that gives you a very good grip, that for the beginning, make sure that you do. I think the only times I've hired a virtual PA to do my media management is just of recent, when I just felt overwhelmed, and that is something I wanted to put off. so that I can give them a week's work and then they can decide what to post. But again, I'm seeing that it's not working for me. So I'm going back to scheduling my posts, just having a day to schedule my posts, and then I go on and to do other things. Okay. So make sure that you do that. And then I want us to talk about some bit of tips that I was thinking about today. One of them is being goal focused, and just knowing your aim. As a starting coach, I want you to be able to have a goal in mind, and that goal has to be measurable. Okay, so if you have a measurable goal, that means that you're going to do everything geared towards that goal. If it's about getting a result for a client, okay, if it's about having a session, for example, for the different packages, there are those of you that will have a one-off packages, a one-off package, because most of the Ugandans, actually, how they consume coaching and counseling and mentoring and consulting, some of them consume one-off. Okay, and then there are those to whom you will propose and say, for your issue, you really need like 4 sessions, and these 4 sessions we can spread them up in like 2 months, so that we meet twice in a month, and then twice in the next month, and then twice in the next month. That is like 3 months. So that means you have to prepare what you're going to talk about on your first meeting, second meeting, third meeting, fourth meeting, and all of them have to have measurable goals. Okay, so that you know that I have achieved. And most of the times, how I work with my clients, when I give them a package, for example, 3 months, I make sure that in the month one, we do a lot of clarity. We do a lot of, because then it's after I have the first call or the first video session with them or the first office session with them, then I will get to know what the problem is, and then I will be able to go back and break it up and say, what are we going to handle and when are we going to handle it. Now, those clients are really, most of them are high-end clients and high-paying clients. A client who can say, you know what, for 3 months I'm giving you 1 million shillings, and I'm giving you 300 per month, just to make sure that I can get you on call all the time. That means I have to give them support all the time. Whenever they have a question or something, I give them a call. So you see, the packages vary. You can say, you know what, I charge 30,000 for an hour, and someone will come and you will talk to them and they'll feel relieved and they will go away, or they work through a solution and they will go away. And then after that, you have to make sure that you create these programs and packages. So what I do is I deal with clarity. And then number two, I deal with setup. That is in the second month. If I've given that package, I do with setup. And here in the setup is really talking about how to cope, prevention, treatment. We talk about like you would diagnose, because the clarity is really diagnosing the problem, where the problem came from, and how, what you have been able to do on your own and what has really failed. And then when we set up, then we are setting up, you are getting knowledge, or you are getting equipped. And then when we talk about the last one, is really an activation of go and do and work, and then give me the feedback as to what exactly has transpired. So I just do those 3 steps: the clarity, the setup, and then the activation. Okay, so even when we did this, if you realize this mentoring session and program, I have done exactly the same. Having the clarity about our purpose and our niche, and all those things, and then setting up your personal brand, setting up your social media, setting up your media presence, setting up all those things. And the last bit of it is going to be an activation, where you launch out into the world, go into the deep waters, do whatever you need to do. And I promise you that after some time, if I give you a breather of like a month, I have another program that comes after this, that is a totally different level. Now, going into group coaching, going into course creation, going into creating podcasts, going into creating your website and making sure that it's the right way. And that is also another level that you go to. So you realize, be very goal oriented, that you can measure every progress and where you have gotten. And this is where most of my clients are sometimes don't understand me, because you can call me and we talked like 10 years ago, and you call me today, and for example, there's a lady that I talked to, I don't remember when, but it's some years, good years that have passed. So she called me yesterday, she wrote to me on WhatsApp and said, you know what, I really need a session, I need another session. So I was like, okay, let's talk, but you're in Kenya, so okay, let's do it on phone. So we decided to do it on phone. And so when she called me on, and she was telling me, now I am so and so, I don't know if you remember me. And I was like, you are so and so, and the last time we met, this is what we talked about, and we met with your husband, we met in such and such a place, and it's years ago, like it's more than 8 years ago. And so this person was like, you meet many people, how do you remember me? Because even when you look at my face and everything, I changed. I'm fat. You cannot even tell that I was the girl, the person that you met then. I'm like, but I don't know, maybe it's a gift, but I have an art of just retaining people's information and what we have talked through, that even after they call me so many times, so many years to come, I know exactly. So be very goal oriented. That means you need to be alert, you need to be present with your clients, and then set clear boundaries while you over deliver. Okay, make sure that you set clear boundaries even when you go up and above. Make sure that you have known exactly where the perimeters are. This is how we are going to do it. We're going to meet every week, once a week, or we're going to meet twice in a month, and this is how it's going to be. And then you can call me anytime you have something, or you need an answer, or maybe you have a question, or you just lack clarity and something like that. But again, we don't want to have our people over depend on us. If for those of you that have already started on the coaching journey, you will witness with me that there are people who will come, and then they will talk to you, and they will want you to make the decision for them, and then they will call you again telling you about the same thing, and then they will call you to make sure you decide for them, and then they will tell you they don't know what to do, and then they will tell you. So this person just becomes so dependent on you that they cannot decide on their own. They know gwe mugezi waabwe gwabategeerera. So instead of just working on themselves and being able to come up with solutions, they want to throw it back to you, and then they want to lean on you, and they want to have a shoulder to cry on, and they want, you have to be able to get to a place where you can say, you know what, this is no, 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 you don't. And how I do that, most times I do it in a very not rude way that I will tell you off, but then I start not picking, okay, because then you are over dependent, okay, and then I want to cut it out. But I first stipulate how we're going to work, and how you cannot just get me on phone anytime, but if we make an appointment, then I will honor that appointment. So I have perimeters and I have boundaries. And then if this person shows signs of overleaning and over depending on me, then I start skipping. I start being able to cut them off so that they can be able to be on their own. And some of them have come back to me and like, when I failed to get in touch with you, this is the decision I made and what. So you realize they become mature when you stop dealing with them, and then all of a sudden they come back with feedback, and then you're able to actually even help them further. So make sure that even when you over deliver, okay, do not go beyond the boundaries that you have set as a coach or as a client to help someone. And then make sure that you lead your clients to lead themselves, okay? When you teach your clients, when you speak to them, build in them a muscle to problem solve, that even when you are not around, they will ask themselves the right questions, and then they will be able to have the right answers, and then they will be able to help themselves, okay? So I hope you get the differences. Lead your clients to be able to lead themselves. So that means you're not going to give them just answers every time. So what do I do? And then you're like, do this. What do I do? Even when in this modern day coaching, most of it is coach salting. I like to add those two terms, coach salting, because with a consultant, then you tell someone what to do and what not to do, and this is how you get here, this is it's like a mentor says, this is how I handled it, and this is how you can handle it, and all that. A coach, on the other hand, you ask the questions, and all the answers are with the client, okay? So you help the client or you lead the client to be able to lead themselves. They will keep referring you, you know what, coach said this. And so that will keep helping them even in other arenas of their lives. Okay. So you should not just give them fish, but take them to the lake to make sure that they get the fish for themselves. Okay, a request to tell again today's topic. The network failed and I missed the words. Okay. These are really tips. I was sharing tips about counseling if you really want to flourish. And we said one of them was the market research. We should really not miss market research. And then be goal focused or goal oriented. Make sure that you have a certain goal, a certain result that, you know what, I want this client to be happy. I want this client, because most of those results, the clients will come with them. And you'll even, sometimes you'll ask them, so what do you want out of this session? And someone will tell you, I want clarity. Someone, I want to make a decision. Or I want to, so whatever they tell you, have a goal and then work backwards, how you're going to cut it down to be able to arrive to that goal, okay? And then we talked about being able to set clear boundaries even when you over-deliver, that you just don't have someone to lean on you and just become a baby, a cry baby. And let me tell you, it can happen between both men and women. So you make sure that you put your distance and just don't put your shoulder too much, because that is when problems start. Okay. As a coach, you can never and never at any one point misbehave when you have a client, because for the guys, the coaches, you're going to have females come to you, and the females that are really beautiful, and the females that are weak, that are maybe in relationships that they're being battered, they're violent relationships, and then you'll be like, I'm just providing a shoulder to lean on, and that shoulder to lean on will turn into warmth, and warmth will turn into a temptation, and temptation will turn into, you've laid them or you've gone to bed with them, and then all of a sudden that person, one day when someone wants to hire you for a speaking engagement, they'll be like, that one sleeps with his clients, that one sleeps with her clients. So every woman will be like, I don't want my man to go to see her, I don't want my man to go to see her. I think over time I have built credibility that most of the women, I think most of the men used to come without the knowledge of their women, and a time came, I don't know how it happened, but most of the women would send their men to, actually, they will be like, you know what, I can't stay in this marriage unless you allow to go to Bahati. I'm not staying in this marriage. So the men started coming with the consent of their women, and most of the women that would come are the ones that would tell other women, because most of the times, if the man is the one coming, I know Musango, I've brought my woman so that you can to put her in her place. Tell her that simu ya msajja, and simu taina jikwata kajinonya coach yeyeretere ebizibu. So when you bring that crap to me, I would call it crap, because you feel you're so important, and then the tables are turning on you, and I'm like, you know what, because I will call the right and the wrong. I will say, you know what, would you love for her to do the same thing to you? Would you want her to flirt with other people and say it's okay? And they're like, no, that's just her. And then you're like, yetalina musai, isn't she a human being? But msajja to mchala ngamba nti kati yakutereddewa amateeka age agambye nti tasobola kubeera na musajja ng'ayenda, tasobola kubeera na musajja afulatinga n'abakazi balala, asetinze standard ye. Kakati gwe kiri eri gwe ogigaane naye akola okusalawo kwe. And then that is when they're like, kati ng'asalawo ki? I'm like, siyamanyi kyanaasalawo. And then the woman is like, me, I cannot tolerate. I would rather be alone. I would rather, some of these empowered women. And then all of a sudden, the man is like, so all of a sudden, the women got so much trust, because they knew whenever they come, it's about the truth, and it's about coming up with a solution that will lead us to a better. And some of them, when their men used to tell them, I went to Bahati, and then they would feel jealousy, and then they will look me up on internet, and then they would start but Bahati is a beautiful woman. Now my husband has started going to see her, and my husband is really a womanizer, and then they will do all those things, and then let's go together. And then when they come, A is A, B is B, and professionalism and all ethics practiced until they're like, you know what? I think this is the woman that I can trust. Okay. So, and then you know their problems because you have taken time to do your market research to understand the people that you're dealing with. For example, we have people who represent others in parliament naye tebamanyi naki kifa buduuda, like seriously tebamanyi kifa buduuda. So how can you be a leader representing people of buduuda in the parliament ng'ogenda kwebaka to sign out your own circle or your allowances, and then your people are dying of mudslides and they are dying of poor roads, they are dying no electricity, they are dying, and the best you can do is if someone dies, you send condolences, and that is the best that you can do. That means you've not taken time to understand. That is why when it comes to re-election, apart from the bribing and paying off voters with money, there are those who will stand for the truth and say, you know what, that guy has never come to this village. We don't know him. He's just in high life and riding his V8s and having fun. So he's just not going back to parliament for us. We are choosing someone who can represent us. So let people trust you that you can represent them. Okay. Okay. Today I'm late. Emily Mo, Joe Mula. Kaga, good to have you. And then, indeed, Coach, I understand you more and more. And then, thank you, Majo, topic market research. And yes, I said it again. So there you have it. And I think our time is far gone. Okay. And I think I should stop here tonight. At least we've had things to talk about. I want you to go back and think about them. And then on the group, whatever we post, please make sure that you go and comment. Group B, whatever you come across, you make sure that you comment on it so that I can know where you have reached. The activation is really coming up. Make sure that you register with Coach Majo for those of you that are in her group. Okay, and then we'll have it all going smoothly. So from me to you, tonight is a good night, and see you tomorrow.
Bye.